can never be rushed. If you're rushed, you're going to do a bad result for your career. So it's better to take your time and take it when it's there, when it's ready, when you're ready.
He'll keep on knocking him out, getting some good fighters, but not the world title level. I mean, what if he wins the world title at 21, what's he going to do then? He can't go backwards, you know what I mean? So
I just want to find somebody that goes into the fight who's got, who is a step up for him, which we've done every time. And if they're a step up for him, if he gets rid of them quick, good luck to him.
Yeah, he's great. He's amazing. He's like the white Muhammad Ali. He might not talk like Muhammad Ali, but he is the Muhammad Ali of the last generation.
Lennox Lewis fires a warning shot, claiming teenage powerhouse Moses Itauma may be stepping into dangerous waters if he dares to face Oleksandr Usyk too soon. Lennox Lewis has spent a lifetime inside the ropes, and he knows when a young fighter might be running too fast. That is why his words about Moses Itauma have made so many people stop and listen. Lewis thinks the teenager has amazing skills, but a fight with Oleksandr Usyk right now could be too big, too soon. Coming from a former heavyweight king, that warning feels heavy. Fans are asking the same question. Is Itauma ready, or is this a step that could hurt more than help?
Way too soon. It's better to wait. Wait until, he retires. I mean, he's not going to stay around too long. I'm talking Oleksandr Usyk. And then take your shot. I mean, there's no use doing it right now. Right now, you're learning everything, and you have to wait till the right time. You can never be rushed. If you're rushed, you're going to do a bad result for your career. So it's better to take your time and take it when it's there, when it's ready, when you're ready.
Moses Itauma's story has been building like a fast-moving train. Still a teenager, he has already knocked out men far older, showing power and calm that many fighters never develop. People compare him to Mike Tyson, who once became the youngest heavyweight champion in history. Every win makes that record feel a little closer. Itauma's footwork, his sharp jab, and his heavy hands have turned him into one of the most talked about young boxers in years. But chasing history means facing the very best, and that road runs straight through Usyk.
I think that's a dreadful fight for Moses. I just think to throw this kid into the wolves at this stage so early in his career, I just don't get what for. He's a young man, let him develop the same as every other fighter, let him learn his trade.
Usyk is nothing like the fighters Itauma has beaten so far. The Ukrainian has ruled 2 divisions, cleaned out cruiserweight, and then moved up to heavyweight to beat Anthony Joshua twice. He fights like a chess master, never wasting steps, never throwing a lazy punch. Usyk's feet are always in the right place. His head movement makes big men miss, and his timing breaks opponents down piece by piece. For veterans like Lewis, this is a nightmare style for an untested fighter. They see Usyk as too smart, too smooth, too experienced.
Oleksandr Usyk, or is that too soon?
To leave Usyk alone. Usyk's a beast, man. Different beast. Different beast.
Yet boxing is never just one voice. Tyson Fury, the current giant of the division, believes Itauma has the tools to shock the world. Fury has seen the young man spar and believes his calm, his speed, and his power can trouble anyone, even a champion as sharp as Usyk. Fury often talks about destiny in boxing, and he sees something special in Itauma, something that does not need years of waiting. For Fury, the bold move is the right move, and history does not always wait for careful planning.
My opinion is someone who has been there and won every single belt, won everything there is to win in boxing, and done very well. Boxing is a young man's game. Like I told Vladimir Klitschko when he was 37, boxing's a young man's game and he waits for nobody. So here's the opinion, you've heard it here first. Moses Itauma will wreck all them old men out of the division. Usyk, AJ, Miller, whoever there is who's old, Zhang, whoever else there is, Luis Ortiz, all these big names of the past are all a spent force. And even the world champion now, if they took my belts and give them to.
Inside Itauma's camp, belief is sky high. His trainer insists Usyk has never faced someone quite like Moses, young, fearless, and built like a wall. They think Usyk's tricky style will not rattle a teenager who has grown up studying modern champions and learning how to close distance. They see the same fights everyone else sees, but focus on holes. Moments when Usyk can be pushed, when he can be crowded, when pure strength can tilt the fight. Their plan is simple: stay calm, cut the ring, and keep Usyk from setting the slow, clever pace he loves.
It's not about the money, to be honest. I just think for Moses, it's a chance to... I'm getting a chance to go up, possibly the best heavyweight of any era. I'm getting a chance to test my skills against him. And as much as Moses hasn't been in the ring with somebody like Usyk hasn't been in the ring with somebody like Moses, because there hasn't been somebody like him. Someone that's got the IQ of, could match the IQ of anybody at any weight. Somebody that is as agile, as quick, hits as hard. He hasn't. So, but if I was to say what would be the one thing that if we went into that fight and we lost that fight...
A big reason this fight is even being discussed is Itauma's victory over veteran Dillian Whyte. That win mattered. Whyte is no journeyman. He has shared rings with champions and carries knockout power. Itauma handled him with surprising maturity, landing clean shots and never panicking. For many, that fight proved Itauma can stay cool under pressure. Supporters say if he can keep that mindset against Whyte, he can at least stand his ground with Usyk. They see a young man unafraid of the spotlight, ready to test himself no matter the odds.
Usyk has been fighting top-level guys for the past decade and beating them and demoralizing them and smashing them. Like especially now he's smashing guys. Like, they know Dubois knockout was out of this world. Like, I mean, talk about a demoralizing defeat. Do you want to potentially do that to Moses Itauma, who could be the future of this sport? I don't know. And are the fans really that into that fight either? The profile.
It's not big enough yet.
No, that's what I mean. It's not big enough yet. So I don't know. But listen, this could be a great ploy to get Moses Itauma's name attached to the guy who's in the top of the sport. Listen, we're talking about it right now. That's what I think Frank Warren is doing. I think he's being really smart about it.
Meanwhile, Amir Khan has a softer take. He knows what it is like to rise fast, to be a teenage prodigy facing huge fights. Khan says Itauma's future is bright and a world title is possible, maybe even soon, but he warns against rushing. Timing, he says, is everything. A fight with Usyk must be planned with care, not just excitement. Khan believes Itauma can grow into a champion, but the jump from beating Whyte to fighting one of the smartest boxers alive is steep. His advice is patience, not fear.
You don't want to rush him. You want to take it easy. You want to take it slow. Don't rush him. Let him enjoy. He's still 20 years old. Let him get to 22, 23 years old. That's then you start putting him in with the top names in boxing, like the Usyks and like the Wilders or even the Joshuas and the Furies. At the moment, I think you should keep on building him. Let him keep on winning like this. I mean, if he'll keep on knocking him out, getting some good fighters, but not the world title level. I mean, what if he wins the world title at 21, what's he going to do then? He can't go backwards, you know what I mean? So
every opinion shows how big the risk and reward really are. For Usyk, fighting a teenage prospect would grab headlines and bring fresh interest, but it also carries danger. One mistake, one heavy shot, and his reign could be over. For Itauma, winning would rewrite heavyweight history overnight. Losing might just be a lesson if handled well, but it could also damage confidence if it ends badly. Promoters see a story that almost writes itself. A young lion versus the seasoned master, power versus skill.
Do you want to see Mosino with Oleksandr Usyk next, or too soon?
No, calm down. Let's get him in with Hrgovic, Caballel, those kind of guys, Bacoli, Jarrell Miller. Get the rounds, but he's a brilliant talent.
Lewis's warning is not meant to kill the dream. He respects ambition, but remembers how unforgiving heavyweight boxing can be. Usyk is the type of fighter who punishes small errors. His jab sets traps, his angles confuse, and his stamina lets him keep the same pace late into fights. Lewis believes no sparring session can truly copy that level of ring intelligence. Many fighters have charged at clever champions, only to be picked apart and humbled. To Lewis, Itauma still needs time to gather those small but vital lessons.
Tyson Fury sparred enough rounds with Itauma to know what type of force he is. And he's tasted Usyk's power. He's got 24 rounds of action, so he knows both of them very well. And you got to take take it seriously. If he says that, fair enough. All he's doing is diminishing, his value. Is he lost to Usyk, and if he says Moses is better than and is going to wreck Usyk, does that mean that Moses is better than him? Is that what he's saying? Because that's kind of what he's saying. And for him to say that, there's no reason for him to say he's getting no benefit or credit by saying that. If anything, he's diminishing his own attributes. So it's I get it. If I'd have mixed it in the ring with him and he had the power and everything that he showed us so far, those little highlights of him. If you think he's the man, and he's just got time to prove it.
Still, heavyweight boxing lives on surprises. Promoters love stories like this. A teenager chasing Tyson's age record, a champion defending against someone barely old enough to vote in some places. It is the kind of drama that sells out arenas. Casual fans get drawn in by the what if, while hardcore fans argue strategy late into the night. Itauma's quiet, respectful personality makes it even more interesting. He does not brag, he does not talk down opponents. He simply trains and believes. That calm confidence draws people in.
I just want to find somebody that goes into the fight who's got, who is a step up for him, which we've done every time. And if they're a step up for him, if he gets rid of them quick, good luck to him. Of course, we all want to say, like we say, well, it's the question, isn't it? What's he going to be like, under the cosh over 12 rounds? Well, I don't know. I can't think of many fighters at the age of 20, heavyweights, that we've ever found that out. He's ranked number 1 by one governing body, number 2 by another. He's going to fight. He's going to fight for one in a really big fight, and we'll see what he's all about. But the way he's boxing and the way he's, his performances and his composure in fights and.
Strategists on both sides see clear keys to victory. Itauma must stay close, make the ring feel small, and let his power speak before Usyk settles into his chess game. Every second of space, every step back favors Usyk, who thrives on distance and angles. For Usyk, patience is gold. Move, jab, turn the teenager, and make him think. Tire him, frustrate him, and take over in the middle rounds. Both sets of fans can paint a picture where their man wins. That makes the fight talk so alive.
You must have a view of what level you're at now.
If you want my honest opinion, I think
I do.
If my skill set, if you're talking about my ring IQ and what I display in the ring, I feel like I am the best in the world, but I haven't displayed the later rounds. That's all what I kind of want to get ticked off. So my next opponent or opponents this year, we're just looking at fights to kind of get me into that later round, because I feel like with Usyk, I feel like I've got a better skill set than him, but I feel like towards the later rounds, he'll just outdo me, because I've never been in that sort of fight.
History adds weight. Mike Tyson's youngest champion record, just over 20 years old, has stood since 1986. Itauma chasing that mark turns a normal contender story into a quest. Usyk's title defense against such a young challenger would feel like a clash of eras. Age versus wisdom, raw strength versus polished craft. Even people who barely follow boxing understand how strange and exciting that matchup sounds.
I just love the fight. I think technically it's a great fight. From two really good heavyweight boxers, one of them an all-time great, and Joseph a Hall of Famer, and possibly an all-time great if he got the win over Usyk. And the thing is, you have to match his pace, and that's mentally as much as physical.
As talk grows, Itauma stays focused. He listens, nods, and keeps training. Usyk remains the calm champion, always preparing, never taking anyone lightly. Respect is mutual, but both know talk means nothing once the bell rings. If the fight is signed, the world will tune in, wondering which story will unfold. A young man making history, or a master showing once again why experience counts. Lewis's warning, Fury's belief, Khan's advice, the trainer's faith, each adds a voice to the chorus. The sport thrives on these clashes of opinion. Fans want to believe in miracles, and boxing often rewards the brave. Maybe Itauma is ready, maybe he is not. The truth can only be found in the ring.
Everybody gets it wrong. You don't box this guy. It's like, how can I explain it to you in a way you understand? You can't box him.
He's just too good.
He's just unbelievable great. Yeah, you can forget good, he's amazing. Yeah, he's great, he's amazing. He's like the white Muhammad Ali. He might not talk like Muhammad Ali, but he is the Muhammad Ali of the last generation. You understand? We have to give him the credit where it's due. Yeah. He is that guy.
Until then, the debate itself keeps the division buzzing. Every headline, every prediction fuels interest. A teenage phenom against a brilliant champion. If it happens, it could be a night boxing remembers forever. Whether Itauma shocks the world or Usyk teaches a masterclass, the story is already unforgettable. Catch every update, bold take, and fight breakdown by subscribing to Ring Rivalry, your ringside seat to the heavyweight drama.